Derek, you asked for a couple minutes to give your spiel on this tape.
Okay. I didn't know we were going to go to this early, but
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, 346. We still gotta get this because this gonna take a minute, and then
Okay.
we gotta get. I don't know if we're gonna have time to play who got it wrong, but we gotta get into our picks. And you know this about to go off the rails. So this, I feel like this right now be the perfect segue for it.
Okay. Okay. Let me just answer this real quick question about the HBCUs. I know where I'm off subject, but I'll just speak on it from a North Carolina standpoint. If you could imagine Lawrence Taylor going to an HBCU in North Carolina, or Michael Jordan going to a HBCU in North Carolina, all those Duke and North Carolina basketball players. Could you imagine how much money would have been brought in the 80s and 90s? But I'll jump off that. I'll leave that. I just wanted to say that real quick. But
Yeah.
as far as the subject we wanted to talk about, well, I wanted to talk about real quick. And again, this is my opinion. This is thought provoking. This is to get you thinking about the scandal that has happened recently with the NBA and what's going on and what we're seeing and what we're not seeing. From the last couple of days, my brain has been saying to me, Derek, ask this question, or Derek, say this. And that question is, how important or how big is business for the NFL and NBA, right? Those businesses are huge to the point where they've gone out and gotten billion-dollar deals with these streaming channels, both the NFL and NBA. Now you got to do Amazon and Peacock and Netflix to watch TV. And now they've ventured into other things, going outside of the country, playing games overseas. They try to bring in a lot of revenue. And what else brings in revenue? The thing that brings in revenue for both of these is gambling, right? In the last couple of years, they've made gambling relevant, but they've also exposed some of the players because of that, by not protecting them. I don't know if you heard Jaylen Brown from Boston speak about it, how not protecting the players. But every 5 seconds, if you're looking on TV, there's a commercial with Kevin Hart, Shaq, Kevin Hart, LeBron, talking about all of these gambling sites and going here and gambling and going here and putting prize picks and this, that, and the other. Okay. But what happens to a big business when one of the big faces is exposed or put out there when something bad happens in this genre of gambling, right? Right now, we're looking at every time it comes up, all you see is Chauncey Billups' face and Rozier. But you aren't seeing the other 30. You aren't ever showing the other 30 people who are, involved in this. Well, why is that? Why are they not showing hold on, let me finish this. Follow me real quick.
I'm following.
Why are they not showing these other people's faces, whether it's, the people behind the scenes, mafia, whomever, right? And we take a step back and we go back into the 90s, and there were issues with people gambling and things like that. And there was a big hoorah about, Michael Jordan. Hey, he's retiring. Well, why is he retiring? There was speculation that maybe he gambled and maybe he was suspended, and they wanted to not compromise the NBA by saying, hey, he was doing illegal gambling. It will compromise the business and throw it in the trash.
I can't say that because these type of things.
You gotta let me finish the point, please. Let me finish the point and get to that puzzle. Let me put it together for you. Just follow me. Let me follow me real quick. So if, let's say, for instance, Mr. Jordan was suspended, but they phrased it as him retiring, right? That's a big face, and they put him in that situation where you don't want to compromise the business or compromise the NBA in this. Who is to say that all of a sudden the face of the NBA today is in that same compromised position? That now, all of a sudden, the face of the NBA has sciatica 2 weeks right before the season starts. We all seen this, the King, playing golf and doing all of this summer. He didn't have sciatica then.
You gonna let us?
He was in this situation of, just playing, and all of a sudden, right before the season starts, 2 weeks before, there were 3 or 4 players that got busted in a house for gambling, Gilbert Arenas and Malik Beasley and a few others. And it came out that they were not only gambling in the house illegally, but there was a big name that was involved with it. So again, I'm just throwing it out there. It's my opinion, my thoughts. I'm throwing it out to you if you wanted to catch the fish and see how it goes.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and catch the fish.
All right, guys, sit back and buckle up.
Because you know I
leave my boy alone. That's my dog.
That's my dog. That's my dog. Oh, man. But the thing is, all they doing is using these names or these people that they're catching about gambling. It's just something that didn't follow the guidelines of what has already been in place. I mean, you act like before they even made gambling official in the NBA and the NFL, all that, it was already going on. They just opening the door and exposing bits and pieces of it here and there. And everybody that then got told off for this illegal gambling or these names that they didn't put the faces that they done put in place. It's just because somewhere down the lines, they thought they were bigger than the program. So regardless of who face it is or how big you are, it ain't gonna never stop. I mean, it's just something to get something to.
It's just like weed. They can't stop it, so go try legally, go try to monetize it.
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It ain't and ain't important. You act like this ain't been going on since the beginning of sports.
Hey, on Elma.
The gambling thing been in there since the beginning of time with sports. Even when Mr. Spurrier and Mr. Thompson era, it's something that been going on. Remember the dude, the white guy that played basketball that got caught point shaving, and they had the big thing with the mafia and all that back in the 80s or something. The college basketball player that was point shaving for the mafia in games. What?
Yeah,
ain't nothing happening to them. It's nothing happening to these guys what real punishment are they giving them?
What I'm trying to say is, a lot of times, even if you go back to Tim,
it still ain't hurt, but it ain't hurting. It still ain't hurting the league.
What I'm saying is, they try to make sure that it doesn't hurt the league by either brushing it under the table. If you go back and look at what was the referee that cheated in the playoffs and stuff, right? Because Donahue, right? What I'm saying though is, if it compromises the sport, it could cost them billions of dollars.
But it ain't compromising nothing, because long as they still got players to put out there on the court, they gonna do it and they gonna continue to gamble.
But you have to understand,
all you need is 10 players.
If it comes out, the point is, if it comes out that the biggest face or the face of the NBA is on this, right, and they're secretly suspending him by putting it as it's a sciatica problem, or he got a back issue, a nerve issue. If it came out that it was Michael Jordan back then, it would have compromised the NBA. They would have lost millions, billions of dollars. Same thing today if it comes out with LeBron. No matter any other player, but your face cannot be compromised. If he is the face of the league, it comes down to more eyes. Now it's the FBI. Now it's ABC, NBC, CNN reporting it.
Who cares?
Okay.
Who cares?
You're not hitting my point with what I'm trying to say, but I hear you.
Who cares if they came out here the day of the mine and said LeBron James was in the gambling ring? You think that's really going to affect the NBA or anybody that plays?
I'm not really going to compromise that same day, but it would hurt the league's image. People would look at the NBA as, hey, this is not real.
How many people have heard the NBA image since the NBA has been the NBA? Come on, bro. It's been a lot of black eyes on the league and in the NFL.
Not to this. not to this nature.
Ray Lewis got away with murder twice in the NFL and won 2 Super Bowls.
Okay.
Let's not do this. Kobe Bryant had an issue. It didn't stop. It didn't hurt the integrity of the NBA, and that was a rape case.
Listen,
That's right.
Let's
right,
look.
listen.
Know if you want to talk about faces and names or hurting the product, let's talk about it. It done been a lot of assholes.
What you're talking about, those 2 examples you're talking about are individual doing individual things.
But
these
are individuals that got caught gambling.
All right, fighters to your corners. Fighters to your corners.
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding.
Are we starting this again?
Fighters to your corners. Just calm down. Reel it back in. All right, Mr. Thompson, Mr. Spur, you heard the litigations between my 2 esteemed colleagues. I want to get on. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I'll just say one thing, man. If a man can afford to pay you $20 million a year, how much is he making? If I can play 14 players $20 million, how much am I worth? And the people who have the big money, they could care less about image because they deal with substance. They deal with dollars and cents. And they can get another player to be the face of the league. In fact, they make the players who they want to be the face of the league. So it's all controlled.
Thank you.
That's my opinion.
My thing is, if it ain't benefiting me, then it's wrong to their asses. It's wrong. But if it was benefiting them, it wouldn't be a damn problem.
Yeah.
And then you only showing Chauncey Billups and these other 2 brothers. Where's the mob at? Where's these mob people that you guys are talking about that's doing all this illegal gambling and all this? And I guarantee you some of them owners are in this shit too. Where are they facing?
That's my point.
I just want to know because they say
but the owners have the money. So they can dictate what they want to do.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah. Those the biggest gamblers.
I can say 2 words: media distraction.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
I can see that.
Because hold on, when John Gotti got locked up, that supposed to have been the end of La Costa Nostra?
Yeah,
that's what they. That's what they thought.
Yeah,
and it's funny because his crime family, the Gambino crime family, was implemented. The only crime family that wasn't implemented was the Colombos, and I find that mighty strange. And I find that kind of they mentioned the crime family, but they didn't mention the exact names because I think once they get down to naming the exact names, they can tie that up to some of these league officials and league owners that's allowing these things to slip through the cracks.
Next thing you know,
there's definitely some inside jobs going on for all this.
Next thing you know, you're gonna hear the Fed saying that they had something to do with the SNAP benefits.
Hey, Casper telling them are messing with the wrong people, the mob.
They've been messing with them.
They gonna say the mob had something to do with the government shutdown for all the SNAP benefits.
You just don't want to do that.
The whole timing is suspicious. The whole timing of it is all suspicious anyway. Because remember, I mean, it was all that stuff that basically the internet almost stopped on Thursday morning, around 9 o'clock when all this went down. Now, here's another angle that nobody else was talking about. And I posted this earlier today. Okay, we talking about, are we showing this 2 faces? Now let's talk about another individual, with Shohei. The whole situation with Shohei, they had something similar with that, but they fixed that, in a day and a half?
It took a little bit long there, but they did move pretty swiftly.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So something like that kind of makes you say, okay, one of the biggest superstars they got, and this is the face of baseball. But they could, whatever happened, they fixed it within 48 hours. Basically.
But the point of that, Kevin, is they made sure the face of baseball was cleared immediately. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah, and then
Let's just bring out the damn Epstein files. That's all. Let's just do that.
That's what the distraction is for. That's what the distraction is.
Idiot distraction.
Let's stop the BS. Let's just bring out the Epstein files, okay? How about that? We want to talk about illegal stuff.
But see, it's so crazy because with this sports betting, it was the owners that agreed to allowing it. Right or wrong.